Two electric SUVs. Two very different philosophies. One question everybody keeps asking me: which one is actually worth your money? I spent serious time with both the brand new 2027 Mercedes GLC EV and the Tesla Model Y. And honestly, the answer isn't what I expected. The GLC EV is Mercedes' first real shot at building an electric SUV that doesn't just compete on specs, but tries to out-luxury Tesla at its own game. 400 miles of range, 8th and dreadvolt architecture, and a cabin that feels like a private lounge. Meanwhile, the Model Y keeps doing what it's always done, dominating sales charts with a combination of software efficiency and that supercharger network nobody else can match. But here's the thing: these two are closer than you think in some areas, and in others, they're not even playing the same sport. So I'm gonna break this down category by category: design, interior, performance, range, charging, price, and long-term value, and by the end, you'll know exactly which one fits your life. Let's get into it. This is where the GLC EV makes its first real statement. Mercedes calls its new design language sensual purity, and yeah, it's genuinely stunning. The front end is dominated by a bold chrome grille, not the glossy black piano plastic we've seen on other EVs, with 942 illuminated points and a massive lit-up three-pointed star. It's bold, it's flashy, and it's unmistakably Mercedes. The star-shaped lighting clusters front and rear, flush door handles, and a drag coefficient of just 0.26 give it this weird combination of presence and efficiency. It looks expensive because it is. The Model Y, on the other hand, went the complete opposite direction. Tesla's refresh cleaned up the front fascia, sharpened the headlights, and kept that minimalist, almost clinical aesthetic. It's sleek, it's clean, but some people, myself included, feel it lacks personality. There's a rear light bar now, which helps, but parked next to the GLC, it looks like a smartphone next to a Swiss watch. Now, which one looks better is obviously subjective. But if you want your EV to turn heads in a parking lot, the Mercedes wins this round easily. If you prefer understated and forgettable, the Tesla's got you covered. Okay, this is where the gap gets massive. The GLC EV's optional MBUX Hyperscreen stretches 39 inches across the dashboard, 3 screens under one glass surface, including a dedicated front passenger display. The iPort MB.OS system integrates ChatGPT, Google, and Microsoft agents directly into the car. You get a sky control roof that switches between transparent and opaque, with 162 illuminated stars at night. There's an augmented reality head-up display, energizing comfort massaging seats, and even a certified vegan interior package if that's your thing. The wheelbase is 3.3 inches longer than the gas GLC, giving you nearly 2 inches more rear legroom and over 61 cubic feet of cargo with the seats down. The Model Y's interior is fine. The 15.4-inch screen does everything: climate, navigation, media, but that's also the problem. Everything lives on one screen, and if it glitches, you're stuck. The materials are improved over earlier years, but they still feel a tier below Mercedes. Rear passenger comfort is adequate, cargo space is generous at 76 cubic feet, and the minimalist look appeals to some. But in a straight-up luxury comparison, Mercedes isn't just winning, it's playing a different sport. Now here's where it gets interesting. The GLC 404 Matic packs 483 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque from dual motors. That's serious muscle. 0 to 60 comes in 4.7 seconds, and it can tow up to 5,200 pounds. The real headline, though, is range. Mercedes is targeting around 400 miles from its 9-4 kilowatt-hour battery, and the 2-speed rear transmission plus a disconnectable front motor help stretch every electron. The Model Y's numbers depend on which trim you pick. The long-range AWD hits 60 in about 4.8 seconds with roughly 397 horsepower, while the performance trim drops that to 3.5 seconds, but sacrifices some range. Speaking of range, the Model Y Premium rear-wheel drive claims 357 miles, but most AWD configs sit between 294 and 321 miles EPA. So the Mercedes hits harder on both power and range on paper, but in this is important, Tesla's efficiency is legendary. It routinely meets or exceeds EPA numbers in real-world testing, while Mercedes 400 mile claim still needs independent verification. Paper advantage goes to Mercedes, but real-world data could tighten this up. This category is the great equalizer. The GLC EV's 800-volt architecture is a genuine advantage. Mercedes says the right charger can add 190 miles in just 10 minutes, and a 10% charge takes about 21 minutes. That's Porsche-taken territory, and it's seriously impressive. Optional air suspension and rear axle steering make it surprisingly nimble for its size, and the transparent hood off-road camera is a nice touch for adventurous owners. But here's the reality check: finding an 800-volt charger in the wild is still hit or miss depending on where you live. The Model Y runs on a 400-volt architecture, so peak charging speeds are lower. But Tesla has something no other brand can replicate: the Supercharger network. Over 60,000 stalls worldwide, plug-in charge reliability that's nearly flawless, and route planning that accounts for charging stops automatically. In the real world, the Tesla experience: pull up, plug in, grab coffee, go is still the gold standard. Mercedes owners will often need third-party apps, adapters, and more planning. If you live in a major European or North American city, both are fine, but road trip confidence, Tesla still owns that category. The GLC charges faster on paper, but the Supercharger network is the real-world trump card. Let's talk money, and this is where it gets painful for Mercedes fans. The Model Y starts around $39,990 for the standard rear-wheel drive model, and the premium AWD lands around $50,000. That's before any tax credits or incentives that may apply depending on where you live. The GLC EV hasn't been officially priced yet, but based on Mercedes' positioning and the gas GLC's current pricing, expect it to start somewhere between $6,500 and $7,500, and that's before you option the Hyperscreen, air suspension, or any of the fancy packages. That's a potential $20,000 gap. Now, long-term value is a more nuanced conversation. Mercedes will depreciate harder. Luxury EVs tend to lose value faster than mass-market ones, but you're also getting a more richly equipped vehicle with features that Tesla doesn't even offer. Tesla's resale value has softened recently as price cuts erode the used market, and insurance costs can be surprisingly high. Both vehicles will get over-the-air updates, but Tesla's track record here is more proven, while Mercedes' new MB.OS platform is still unproven long-term. Bottom line, the Model Y wins on sheer affordability. The GLC wins on what you get per dollar at the luxury level. So here's the verdict, and it's not a simple one. If you want the best value, the most efficient package, and the easiest charging experience on the planet, the Tesla Model Y is still the king. It's the practical choice, the logical choice, and for most people, the right choice. But in this is a big but if you care about luxury, craftsmanship, comfort, and the experience of actually being in the car, the Mercedes GLC EV is the better vehicle. It's more powerful, has more range on paper, charges faster on compatible hardware, and its interior isn't even in the same conversation as the Teslas. My pick: if budget is no object and you want to feel special every time you get in, go Mercedes. If you want smart money, real-world practicality, and a network that just works, go Tesla. Both of these cars are excellent, they're just excellent at completely different things. Drop a comment below telling me which one you'd pick and why. I read every single one. If this comparison helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more head-to-head EV content. I'll see you in the next one.